This, that, and the third. Doing this, that, and the third. This, that, and the third. Doing this, that, and the third.
And now, moving on to entertainment. So, Ms. Rici, what's topping off our entertainment segment this week?
Okay, so I did some homework.
She's excited.
Because I've mentioned this movie 2 weeks ago and last week. I finally watched The Harder They Fall.
The Harder They Fall is an instant classic. What'd you think of it? You loved it?
Okay, so it was good. It was really good. I just don't think it needed to be 2 hours and 19 minutes.
She's not with the
guys.
shits,
I'm
guys.
just
She's
not with
the
these
shits.
long movies.
Now, did it feel that long? Even though it was, did it feel that long when you're watching it?
No, but there were certain dead parts for me that were like,
Yeah.
this could have been cut. We could have.
Speed it up.
How is this helping the story, right?
I don't need to see you ride up in the wagon. Just be there.
That part.
Deion Cole, he was funny.
He was funny. So I love that it was all black cast.
Loved it.
I saw something that said Regina King, and I've watched I've grown up watching her. She's been doing this. It either said 20 or 30 years. She was on 227 when she was 14.
Brenda
14.
had a baby. On 227.
And
Remember
I
Cal?
love 227.
Remember the grandma?
You remember Sandra?
Sandra.
Yeah.
Man.
Okay, yeah. Love 227.
I didn't get her confused with the mom, not the mom, but the auntie, I guess, Craig's auntie, Day-Day's stepmom on next Friday.
Okay. Yeah. No, similar type roles, but Sandra was the original.
What you call it though? I love the fact I love cowboy movies. It reminds me of, sitting at the foot of my granddad's bed watching John Wayne and Clint Eastwood flicks. I think that this rivals like Tombstone. I'm not sure if you've ever seen that movie with Val Kilmer as Doc Holliday, and he was the fastest gun in the West type shit. That person, I forget the character's name, but that was like supposed to be the fastest draw. That motherfucker was funny. I don't know who that actor is.
So he plays in
funny.
Get Out. He played in Get Out, remember?
The whole cast of Get Out was in this bitch. It seems like, you had Lakeith. Not the whole cast, but you know what I'm saying? It was a whole bunch of people
from
that was
different...
like Atlanta. So Lakeith is in Atlanta. He's in Get Out. But the girlfriend from Atlanta was also the main light-skinned chick.
Oh, okay.
From the saloon.
I don't remember her in Atlanta.
She's Childish Gambino's girlfriend.
Okay.
The half-German girl.
Okay. Yeah, well, I love that. So here's the thing. This is what I was talking about after I watched it. I don't think Gen Z, they have no clue about Westerns or the cowboy movies. I think, like you said, you grew up watching it with your granddad. I grew up watching it with my mom, my grandma. Clint Eastwood was a whole thing.
A whole genre.
Back then,
was a
right?
whole genre.
Westerns were almost like baseball games. I would be like, is this shit still on?
When you got a VHS with a Western, that bitch had it was like Godfather thick. That shit had 3 damn VHSs to it. You're like, bro, this movie.
So to see black cowboys, right, was for me was exciting. Outside of Posse, remember that movie Posse?
I'm also gonna give you the Magnificent Seven. So it wasn't just all black cowboys, but Denzel was the main black cowboy.
Oh yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah,
that was a good one. So their whole purpose for this movie, which I didn't know, I found out later, was to really tell the stories of these black cowboys that had these towns, all black surviving towns, kind of like Black Wall Street before Black Wall Street became a thing. And that was history. Obviously, we never learned about any of this in history. Never even heard. Most people have never even heard of black cowboys or having towns and this kind of thing. So I think this helps the newer generation kind of be like, oh, well, let's get on some cowboy shit. You know what I mean?
What was the one about the cowboys, the urban cowboys in Philly that Idris Elba also starred in? And him and his son kind of connected through cowboydom. It was recent. It was within the last 2 years.
Oh, I didn't see that. I know what you're talking about. I never watched it.
I forget the name of it, man. But Concrete Cowboy or some shit.
Now I'm going to go watch it. I'm going to see
Yeah, but it's some shit.
It's a good story. You know, because towards the end, you're wondering,
what's
okay,
to it?
why does he matter?
Yeah.
So the ultimate twist is really, really good. So if you haven't seen it, watch it. It's on Netflix.
I'll compare it to like some Tarantino shit with all the blood and guts and gore too. It was a real bang bang shoot 'em up type joint, and I compared it to Boomerang in the fact that it's an all black cast, and even if you replace this all black cast with any other ethnicity, it would still be a good movie. So it's not like a black movie; it's just a good ass movie with black people. And I think Boomerang is another example of that. Like it's not a black movie; it's just a good movie with black people in it. Yeah. So shout out and check it out, and we will spoil the fucking ending for you niggas next week if you haven't checked it out.
For real. And then I just wanted to mention again, King Richards comes out November 19th, so next Friday.
And it is going to be on HBO Max. I did see
that
it's going to be on HBO Max and in theaters. I think I'm going to take the King kids to check that out because I think that's going to be a good piece as well. You know, Will Smith is in town, but not touring or publicizing King Richard per se. He's touring his new book. Yeah, so he's at the Chicago Theater, I think, 2 days ago now.
I saw that.
Yeah. He got a book out called Will, and I think he had a big interview with Oprah, talking about how vulnerable he was, how he fell in love with his former co-star on the set of 6 Degrees of Separation, and while he was married to his first wife. So yeah, he's just giving out intimate details about what it takes to be Big Willie.
Oh, he's talking about some shit he's done before, right? So y'all can get off my girl.
I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. Okay. Oh, speaking of books, and while we're in entertainment, you know, Pip. He has a new book out, Scottie Pippen.
I saw him on Nightline talking about it.
Dragging this nigga Mike. He's dragging this nigga Mike. And I can't even say, no, I don't read. But I can't really say that he's dragging Mike. What I can say is that he's using the controversy of not speaking highly of Mike, like you would expect Pip to do, to sell the book, I feel like. You know what I'm saying? Because if he wasn't being so, since he wasn't sensationalizing, we wouldn't be talking about his book. So now motherfuckers at least talking about it, and maybe it'll lead to sales. So I kind of see what you're doing, Pip. I know you fuck with Mike. I know Mike fucks with you. I wonder though, like if I had a book coming out and it was a, you know, this, that, and the third tells all, who had the bam, and we rock how we rock, but then I'm like, yo, to get this book off, man, I'm going to talk some shit about it. Play it cool. Like, I wonder did he do that with MJ? Like, nigga, I'm just trying to get my bag at the end of the day. You have your bag. Help me get mine. Or are they really like at odds and not fucking with each other?
Well, you know what? That could be. But even if Scottie didn't have the conversation with Mike, Mike is so motherfucking wealthy, like, good for him. As he's drinking his coffee. Good for him.
Shit. Yeah. I could give a
reading
fuck
his
less.
morning paper. Like, great.
But it's just interesting to me because he's like saying stuff that's not
true.
That's not false. So he's like, man, Michael Jordan is selfish. Yeah.
We know that.
He is, yeah.
But he's not saying anything we don't know?
He's not saying anything we don't know. He's like, man, The Last Dance glorified Mike and didn't glorify the team. Yeah, we saw it, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was Mike's movie.
I think that was his point.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, okay. Oh, man, we made each other better without the bell. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Oh, my strained back game was just as important as his flu game. You had 8 points, bro. Like, no. You know what I'm saying? But the fact that he is saying shit like the Kanye interview on Drink Champs. Yeah. And he was like, man, Jay-Z is selfish, right? That's not taboo because he like, but Jay-Z will tell you he's selfish. But because Mike doesn't necessarily say, oh, I'm selfish or what, bam, you wouldn't expect Pip to say that shit. Yeah. But he's saying real shit. Mike is selfish. Mike is glorifying himself in that movie and not really promoting the team. But then again, like, he's also saying real shit about you, Pip. Like, you did quit on the team. You did, you know what I'm saying, sit out longer than you needed to during 98 season. Yeah. Rodman doesn't seem to object to the fact that, man, Jordan is, I ain't gonna say painting him in a negative light, but he's telling what happened when this nigga ran off to Vegas and had a coke binge and then came back and what it
perspective.
This is his point of view. Right. So, now this book is Pip's point of view. But again, niggas would not be talking about it if everything was seemingly hunky-dory with him and MJ. So I think it's just a means to an end.
See, so I missed most of the interview. I just saw him talking about the passing of his son.
Yeah, he's had a string of bad luck, dog. This nigga's brother was paralyzed by a bully, a schoolyard bully when they were children. Oh, yeah. His father had a stroke, leaving him paralyzed. This nigga was taking badass deals as a bull and throughout his NBA career, and his son passed away at the age of 33, which just happened to be Pip's number.
A divorce. His wife was with Future.
His wife is a smut bag. Like, she was just getting bounced around the industry.
Not
with all
a
due respect,
smut bag.
a smut bag, dog. Like, my thing is, this is my thing.
Larissa.
This is my thing, dog. If you have ever been affiliated with me or attached to me, carry yourself with some sort of class. You was just showing Nicole Murphy, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, yeah, she's doing her thing, but she's not just
out here in the
out
streets.
here, bro. And I feel like Pippin's wife, ex-wife, was just out here for a minute. And it was like, bitch,
she was friends with
keep
the
a
Kardashians.
secret.
Yeah.
Keep your shit secret. Do whatever you gonna do, but have some class about that shit.
Yeah. Okay.
Yucky pooey.
Okay.
Hate smut bags, man.
So speaking of Ye, he was on Drink Champs last week. And so he talked about a lot of things. He made a lot of points. I didn't hear him say Jay-Z was selfish.
Oh, he definitely said that shit out loud. Very audibly. Very audibly. He said that shit about
I know. Are they friends?
They're brothers, as he puts it. But then he also calls him his boss, which is weird to me. I didn't think Kanye looked at anybody as his boss. But he basically said he's selfish because he took Holy Grail and put it on Holy Grail. And he was like, that should have been on Watch the Throne. But it's like, nigga, the name of my album is Holy Grail. How the fuck would I take the title track from my album and put it on our album? But he's like, man, he's selfish. Niggas know that Jay is selfish. He ain't gonna put anybody before him or me.
He's a Sag. And
but he shouldn't.
He's
like,
going
aren't we
to
all
make
selfish?
sure he benefits from his
homeless
work
people
first.
are selfish. Like, have you ever seen a homeless person? They jockey for cardboard position, dog. Like, nigga, everybody's selfish. Just because he's winning at being selfish, niggas be... Wasn't he just coming out of court for something? Did you see that?
So, yeah, I posted on the page. He had a lawsuit that he was going to have to pay, like, $67 million in royalties for a song.
Like sampling something?
Yeah, it was something dealing with that, and the judge threw it out. So he doesn't get any money, nor does he have to pay any money. So the reporter was like, Jay, I guess you got 98 problems now, huh?
Yeah, I did see that little hashtag. But on the Drink Champs tip, I mean, I think Kanye... What'd you think about the interview? Let me say that. Because I hear a lot of mixed reviews and opinions, and I just want to know, did you watch the full interview? Because that shit was longer than The Harder They Fall.
I didn't watch the full thing. I can't.
Yeah.
But Kanye's Kanye. So it was just nice to see him out talking his shit, doing his thing. Yeah. I don't put too much into it. Yeah. I don't care.
Niggas, but it's such a group think mentality and a blind leading the blind type shit when it comes to Kanye. Like, anything he says, niggas are hanging on his every word. I was watching the Joe Budden podcast. You know, he done switched out his co-host or whatever.
Okay.
Came out as bisexual too.
Okay, I was gonna say, did you? But
nevertheless, I digress. His whole, I ain't gonna say episode, but at least a huge segment of the episode I was watching was dedicated to dissecting the Drink Champs joint. And I'm just like, nigga.
You like, have nothing else better to talk about.
That's what I'm saying. Like, everybody hangs on this nigga Breakfast Club. Everybody hangs on everything this nigga Kanye says. And whether they fuck with him or not, you know what I'm saying? They just always got this nigga name in his mouth.
It's like,
in their mouth.
But that's his point.
Yeah.
That's his point. So the only thing that I really wanted to touch on was, one, he did apologize to Soulja Boy.
Yeah, I seen Soulja had a rant too before that. Like, he was like, man, how the fuck this nigga gonna say my shit was trash? I got the text message saying that, you know, he said my shit was fire, my shit was hard. And then he was like, how you gonna go on a public forum and say my shit was trash? Tell me that shit. I was like, nigga, we heard it. It is trash. Nigga, it was trash. It's still trash to this day. He did.
And basically he just said, I should have told you I wasn't gonna put it on the album.
Yeah.
Sorry, my bad.
My bad, bro. Let's work.
Then he spoke about Drake. I didn't know there was a real beef with him and Drake. I don't think it is. I
don't think it is either. I think it's like lonely at the top, and it's like, man, I'm bored.
Who else can I pick on?
Yeah, who can I pick on, and who's worthy of, you know, even going back and forth with?
Yeah, and so Kanye did a video with Jay Prince, basically saying, hey, I want to squash the beef with Drake. I want to get together with him, and let's do this concert. I think that he said December 7th, they wanted to do a concert, raising money to free Larry Hoover.
Oh, yeah.
Right, so that was kind of a way to, let's just connect, and, you know, Jay Prince, obviously.
How much money is it going to take to free Hoover, though? Like, that nigga has been gone for a lifetime.
So, let's talk about that.
What the freak? How much money is it going to take to pay this bailiff.
This morning, you had Mrs. Hoover and Larry Hoover's son on WGCI.
Yeah.
And they obviously talked about Kanye, call to action with Drake and Jay Prince. And so come to find out, his son was not even born when his dad went to jail.
Type shit.
He went to jail in 1973 for a murder charge, which the person who actually shot the guy confessed to the murder, but they still charged him and saying he gave the order. Then in 1995, while he was in jail, they charged him with like conspiracy to sell drugs and all type of other charges.
Right.
And gave him like 5 consecutive life sentences.
So retroactively, they like, oh yeah, by the way, you also did these things.
So apparently it took them, 15, 18 something years, 20 years to build other cases because he was in jail this whole time.
Hit the nigga with Rico.
Right? And so he's 71 now. And his whole mission is like to rebuild. To like, y'all, it ain't worth it. Even though he was doing that, and I mean, everybody has different views on what he did and how he did what he did when he was out. But clearly, we need help now.
Yeah.
Because these little niggas around here have no care about, back in the day, kids were off limits.
Yeah.
Old people were respected and off limits. And you just didn't do shit when people were out and
It was
about.
a code to it. It was some sort of code to
There
it. Now
is
it
no
says
code.
The Wild Wild West and South Side.
Yeah,
This bitch. Yeah.
literally. So we'll see. I'm hoping that whatever this benefit concert, I don't care one way or the other. I think it would be nice if he got out. Right. But from listening to his son, these white folks are afraid of him, and they still feel like he has so much power, whether to change things positively. They definitely don't want that, and they definitely don't want him to add on to the negativity, which I doubt he would at 71.
It doesn't really fit with their agenda is what I'm getting. You know what I'm saying? And like they say, no one man should have all that power type shit. Yeah. They did the same thing to Tukey out west, I think, with the Crips or whatever, and or maybe it was the Bloods, I think.
I think he was a Crip.
It was?
I feel like he was a Crip.
I dropped my flags long ago. But nevertheless, I feel like if he was gonna get out, and I hate to, put a dark cloud over it, he would have been out, man. Like the powers that be, the system or whatever the fuck, is not ready for a nigga like Hoover to really be out and free. And
they probably trying to figure out why is he still alive. Nigga,
shit,
we have you in the room all day.
How is he still surviving, nigga?
Because he's reading books.
Yeah, I'm in jail pumping iron, son, reading books.
Yeah.
Also, another potential chance that he would have had was the Trump shit. Like Kanye was chumming up with Trump and out the bam. You saw Trump pardon Blagojevich, you know what I'm saying? Like some high profile ass scumbags got out and got their shit, what's it called, clemency?
Yeah.
Didn't he do it with Lil Wayne? Didn't he erase some shit with Lil Wayne's record?
I don't know if it was Lil Wayne, but he brought that boy back from overseas.
Type shit.
It wasn't Kodak, it was somebody else.
21?
No, it was somebody who got in trouble in like Turkey.
ASAP. It was ASAP Rocky. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Trump, as much as motherfuckers hate to love him, you know what I'm saying? That was probably Hoover's best bet. And I think that Kanye might have been working that angle, and obviously he's not in office anymore, so he doesn't have much power.
Well, he might be. So anyway, Stevie J. We haven't heard about him or from him in quite some time. Well, he's filing for divorce.
From who? Who's he married to?
Faith Evans.
Really? Mm-hmm. Biggie's wife. I'm just saying, man.
Yes.
Don't be a smart bag.
She's been married after Biggie though.
Really?
Like, yes.
This is her third marriage.
Yeah.
Third failed marriage. She was a widow. She was a divorcee, and now times 2.
So apparently,
why is he filing for divorce?
Look, Faith was arrested for domestic violence.
Beating him?
And she's accused of cheating.
Yeah. Don't she got Biggie on her titty?
I don't know. She do got tattoos, but I don't know.
I think that's grounds for divorce in and of itself.
No, like, what do you mean?
If you got other niggas' names tattooed all over your body, like, I ain't trying to be fucking and read this sign-in sheet.
Close your eyes.
That's a thing. That's a thing.
So, yeah, they're getting a divorce.
Okay.
So sad. I thought they were going to work out. High hopes. Christopher Williams. Remember him?
Pretty light-skinned nigga?
New Jack City?
Yeah.
He's been hospitalized.
COVID.
No, they said he didn't have COVID, but they didn't say what he has, but it's pretty bad.
Probably got a wound in his hand from that knife that Wesley put in. Maybe that shit got infected
Yo, him
30
and
years
Albie
later.
sure look so much alike.
Yeah.
Well, obviously not now because he is a little sickly. Christopher Williams is, but back in the day, they were like
twins.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. We'll get well soon, nigga.
Well, on some good news.
Light-skinned motherfucker. Never liked you niggas anyway.
Oh, I'm like, you light skin. What are you talking about?
I was just reciting quotes from Wesley.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Missy Elliott has gotten her star on Hollywood.
Can we clap that in?
Yeah.
Missy is cold, Z. Like, I think that motherfuckers nowadays probably forget, like, how much of an influence she was. But she was like the female Busta Rhymes, bro. Like, with that creativity.
She was.
And, you know what I'm saying?
She is.
Ooh, sock it to me like you want to, ooh, type shit.
Yeah, you were interested in waiting to watch her video.
Yeah, seeing what she was gonna come with next, dog.
Yeah.
And she put that girl tweet on. Smoking cigarettes at night. Like, they had a nice little run, Z.
It was good.
And then that, give it up. We gon' show you how we party. With Aaliyah and Genuine and Magoo and Timberland and Missy.
Okay,
that shit was cold.
I think you're missing the beat there, but it was coming to me. But okay, go ahead.
I'm done. This nigga said I'm missing a beat there.
He thought he was jabbing though.
Man, I'm in the right spot.
That's how we got.
Well, that about wraps us up for this week's segment of entertainment on this week's episode of This, That, and the Third. Literally.
This was a traffic jam.
This, that, and the third.
Traffic jam.
Doing this, that, and the third.